Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to episode 20 of Firemind. Today we will go over the request for a Grand Guild Hall of the Farmer Guild. I have prepared a thing or two, and we will go over the preparations to get ourselves deeper into all the mining business and preparing ourselves basically for the military setup. Because it's midsummer, we will see autumn probably if we get lucky in this episode, if I don't dawdle around for too long. And therefore, on our import list, there is some metal that we want to import, and therefore I foresee that we will be pretty close to some military enterprises. So I also figured that I want to have a secondary entrance of the castle right here. It bothers me that we have to walk all the way around if we want to get something done on the other side of the castle, and that sucks. So we'll have a bit of a go-through area here. I like the idea of that. Okay, so for the Grand Farmers Guild Hall, I have done some preparations. Let's see if they're already through or if they are still in the forge. Yeah, I ordered a set of very specific silver statues. Luckily, they are just being made so we can witness the custom-made crafts that I have ordered for the Grand Guild Hall here. Because I figured if we wanted to do something really special for the Farmers Guild Hall, we just make statues that fit to the purpose. Sadly, the sprite of these will be just looking pretty crappy, but, well, it is what it is. So, let's see. We have a silver statue of a plump helmet. The plump helmet is laughing. So I have a set of laughing plump helmet, pigtail, and sweet pod, which are the main crops of the fortress. I mean, it is a pretty simplistic approach, but I mean, I feel like to a rustic area like the Farmers Guild Hall, this will be just an amazing fit. So, the Farmers Guild Hall itself is very tiny as well. So we have a really low value so far, which is, to me, not really good. So, since I don't want to deface the artworks of anybody here, we now will just get pragmatic. And what's that? That's diorite block. Cool. So we're just going to go over there and build an expansion. It's pretty much a simple approach for me. Oopsie, I didn't mean to use it like that. Because this way we can add in more space to the guild hall. And at the same time, we don't need to destroy any of the artworks, because that would actually bother me a bit, you know? It's not meant to be like that, in my opinion. So we're just going to go and excavate that area here too, replace it with proper walls as well. I mean, maybe we'll do it like that. The bituminous coal wall we can actually decorate properly, but not the sand. Sand is just what it is. Pretty cool in itself and all, but not what we are looking for. Oh, and there's some random pile of junk here that we are going to give free now. Okay. So along these lines, I will also expand today my business of castle building a little bit. We have a lot of dits and dats now on the table. I love this stage of the game where you have several projects running and the gears of your mega project are whirring, and it's just a good time going on here. So, well, metal would break the aesthetics here too much up. So we'll be using dirt nevertheless, because I don't want to have the color breach here. It's weird enough as it is already. Alright, we have a new dwarven baby boy, and our population is ever expanding. 212, like I said a couple of episodes before, we are heading towards 300 people here. Our noble people are happy, and so is Uzul, as her castle is coming along quite nicely. So, we're going to go and build ourselves bridges. Oh, I love those black bridges. Seriously. These black bridges are the trademark move now. I mean, this is pretty cool as we have a black paving available for everywhere. That doesn't cost me much. I can really go for a cheap serving here. That's pretty cool. So I also noticed that there is... Isn't there more Kea in the cage? No? Is that only looking as if... Here. There is Kea in the cage. Why can't I assign it here? Ah, because I'm blind. Good. So easy to overlook something in that really, really long list, but, well, let's strangle a bird. There we go. Oh, I thought they'd be going for that immediately, but they didn't. Bam. Hardly battle for these guys, but I really don't mind. So that's okay. So, there is a ton of food in here. Okay. Well, we'll dismantle that trade depot for one that's full of disgusting egg yolk of the elves. I don't know. Feather tree egg yolk is one of the weirdest things in the history of Dwarf Fortress, and it's a trademark of the elves to leave that stain everywhere. You see? I don't like these people for a reason. So, what do we have here? Yeah, a pool of feather tree egg yolk. So, here, I have read a lot about this. This is really, really weird as it is. So, feather tree egg yolk. The feather tree egg is basically the seed of the feather tree. It's, feather trees obviously are propagating via eggs? I don't know. Either way, this is how it goes, and that means that you have that spillings over there, and the elves regularly bring that, and I seriously don't have any clue whatsoever about why that's still so much a thing. But well. So let's see. I really wonder if these things are allowed for my dwarves to be picked up. So we forbid and unforbid them once. If we get lucky, that is getting the interaction back into these. Let's see. People are hauling blocks. This is some bug that's occurring with trade goods quite often, but maybe I just don't have enough storage space here on my food stockpile. Or it's wrongly configured, but nope, these should be getting stored there. Oh, dang. This is one of the things that bothers me, but we'll, let's see. If I'm lucky, I can trash can it, but I don't think I'll get that lucky. Otherwise, there's a dfhack command to unbind the ownership. This is, by the way, if you're interested what's happening there, as far as I know, this is happening because the ownership is still with the traders that brought these items. So my dwarves are really, really honest people, and they don't look at these things as their own stuff, and therefore just not pick it up. And they're not going to work with it. So, statue of a pigtail. We need these to be decorated first before I can bring them up. But I figured that we might be doing something else fancy for the Farmer's Guild Hall first. So let's see, we got that down. We can't polish the floor like we were able on the other end of the hall, but that doesn't bother me too much, as I felt like we could do something really nifty here. Oh yeah, let's do this, but is there enough time for that? Nah, there's not. We're gonna do this on another occasion. Sorry about the rambling. I am just hunting. My thoughts are hunting after the many ideas that I got. Now, we're going to set up a regular diorite interior just like the rest of the fort. The good part about it is it increased the value of the guild hall already. Not too substantially, but you will notice it at the end of the day. And now we're going to go over a bit of that. And of course, we're going to set up a couple of statues. If you were watching the last episode, you know that Baroness Uzul now has ordered a suit of statues of her alter ego. And these are already fully decorated and ready to go. And therefore, we're going to set up a couple of statues of our Baroness, because, you know, that is quite a good thing to do, don't you think so? So, in the meantime, I feel like our engravers, they need a third man. Look at that, we have a High Master engraver here. Aerith, welcome to the crowd. He must have been a migrator, a recent migrator. So let's have a look at this man. I am very intrigued by what I saw there. So Aerith Clasped Scour. He is not from any previous forts. His memories are from the summer of 140. So yeah, this is a brand new person. Look at that. And he's a Nasha's follower. It's the goddess of love. Not that nasty Fukar. Well, so let's see. Where's that? So values. He personally prefers a noisy, bustling life to boring days without activity. Alright, let's check back with that. Creative, poor intuition, scatterbrained, temperate. Yeah, okay. I'll be reading over his personality between the episodes because I figured that this would be quite cool to do in between. So, there's a lot of people all of a sudden socializing around here. Look at that. We might be constructing things, but people are actually checking out the recent expansion of the guild hall here. I love interactions like that because it gives me the feeling that my people here actually do care about the things that happen. And this is one of the things that this game does an excellent job about in giving you realistic response to your input of sorts, if that makes any sense to you. Alright, but there is one big issue. Here's one dude socializing so hard on the square where the statue of the Baroness is supposed to stand that the job gets delayed time and time again. Yeah. Socialize hard, my men. Socialize hard. Alrighty. The first statue has been plucked down. It's our Baroness. Being surrounded by dwarfs, it depicts her being crowned expedition leader, and we have monsters of the local mountain range on it. That's a pretty nice set of decorations and all. So let's see what that did that do. This is not a real good readout. We have a lousy appraiser here among us. I really need to check back with my pool of dwarves and get me a better appraiser, because this is just this is horrible. Like our broker is really just he's on paper a broker, but we'd need somebody with a good appraising value. But sadly I cannot look for it. I'm now looking real quick for somebody. I mean, somebody did the job before and he was good at it, but not that novice appraiser here. I'm looking for somebody who's good at it, and I'll never let him go again. It was all the Baroness's fault when she needed to go for a prank there. So I have a lot of novice appraisers. I just noticed that. The game sadly does value persuasion and stuff like that higher than all the other skills, and sometimes you see there's not even enough room for all the skills. Ugh. Yeah, well, I'll leave it like that, and I'll see what I can do via other readouts another time, because this is leading us too far astray from the adventure. So, let's check back with the statue of this pigtail. They're in the decoration process, as you see here, decorated with crystal opal. We're in the workings. Awesome. I love stuff like that. This is also one of the things why I am always vibing with Dwarf Fortress so hard, because this is really one of the very, very few games that gives you that sort of entertainment and freedom of expression here. So we could slap in altars, but I honestly don't see an altar being a good thing there. But I have another idea that I personally find very, very fitting. We're going to build an ashery. And, wait a sec. Oh, no! That artifact barrel was a family heirloom. Damn it. So, is there another one that we could bring up? This, greedy Licot 3-paged. If he wouldn't have made it like that, we would have a really, really good opportunity here to fulfill our contract. But we're going to make it different then. So for the meantime, we're going to put down these two very, very prestigious chairs right next to the statues. So hear me out. This is really a solution for in between. We're going to put in the valuable statues and whatnot later, but these artifact drones, they increase the value of the guild hall tremendously. So this is going to be a nice workaround for the time being. And also people can just sit down and look at the grandeur of our Baroness while just sitting there, you know. There we go, rock salt throne. Immediately Grand Guild Hall, so we can cancel that one, and I will cancel that one. As this throne, this particular throne, I know where it belongs. It belongs into the bedroom of our Baroness. Because, as a matter of fact, and now you will be probably a little bit wowed about it, it has been made by her lover. Yes, I'm not making this up. I actually looked it up in between. Now it's in transit. But yeah, this her current lover has made an artifact throne. And I think it was the white one, not the pink one. Let's check on that. There are 2 artifact thrones. I didn't expect that. So... this is not the one that we're looking for. No. Silky strap. I think this was the... let's check with that. So, you know, by now... so, creator of Bill Nilas. I hope I didn't mix them up now. But, nope. Like I said. This is a throne made by her lover, and I feel like this thing belongs then into her room. That's just little things. I mean, at the end of the day, this makes the Baroness extra happy, as having a artifact available in your vicinity is a nice fixer-upper. So yeah. We're going to put some altars also into our Black Temple today, and I figured it'll be silver altars. With all the black decorum on the floor, black altars now wouldn't be too much of a highlight. So we're going to put the silver altars here, and, well, I'm going to put one here, and I'm going to put 2 there. So they'll make a nice contrast to the whole thing. So there's still 5 grids wide here, so we can still celebrate. I need to add in performers now. I usually don't do that, but for today I feel like we have so many people here ultimately in the fort that we can totally do that. But I need to pick up somebody, a fish cleaner. Now, you are not too much of an important role. So we will eventually need instruments for the performers to actually do some real performance, but yeah, one thing at a time. Okay, so let's head back to the surface. We have here these drawbridges, which are actually not pleasing me at all. So I want levers here so we can flip them on and off. I really feel like this is a necessary thing. Okay, so that stockpile zone here, oh bloody, this is really annoying me that we have these leftovers from the old trade depot, but well, it'll stop. So I really wanted to get the inner courtyard at least done in terms of flooring, as this is really important to me. Let's see, can I draw it already over it again? No. Only over the constructed parts, hey? Oh well. Let's wait a second here. But I really, really like how happy this whole place is. So we have like almost 200 happy people, and a couple of these guys, they still manage to hate even that. But I guess, well, it's hard to please everybody. Now, I could bring a mist generator or some other shenanigans into play, but I don't want to. Alright, so now we pull that back. Oh no! An alpaca is starving. I missed the moment to pasture the new arrivals. This place is looking ruddy by now. Jeez, look at this mess. Ugh. But on the other hand, the fort is really, really thriving. We still have lots of blank edges here. I mean, I feel like now for starters, the Farmer's Guild Hall is coming along quite nicely. I mean, these statues, they need to be completed with their decorations still. I'll just give them time for that, because it really pays off to give your artists time. And yeah. Another thing that crossed my mind, and that was what I had on my mind. So, no, that was, let's see, smelt galena ore. So, I want lead. I figured that lead bars would be amazing as a alternative flooring for certain parts of the fort. So we're going to smelt our way up to 200 galena lead bars. Large number on paper, but in practice, it ain't that much. You'll not be straining out your capacities too much with that. But we're still going to add in some extra. Whoa. So we have a lot of ash. Say, are my work orders somehow crappy? So we make pearl ash if we have lots of that. We make lots of that. And we make ash. Yeah, so I need to stop this. All right, so let's this is okay. So now I know what went wrong here. So no, we. So whenever ash is less than 100, no. That is also not what I wanted. So. Oh boy. Now I have a... So I only want to produce ash if it is down to what? I think the old order of ash is actually totally okay. The what's not okay are the following things. So yeah, this is sometimes really quite intricate to balance things out. So we're gonna make potash if the available amount of potash is dropping below 10, okay. And pearl ash, we stop producing pearl ash if or we want to make new pearl ash if the amount of available pearl ash drops below 100. Okay. So now what this will do is produce that stuff until we have 100 units of pearl ash, and then it'll stop. Because it'll check at the last point of the equation, is the amount of pearl ash higher or lower than 100? And if it is higher than 100, we don't need to produce new stuff. Okay. But, you know, since we are pretty much waging war on this bloody forest, I feel like we're just doing what we have to do. I mean, look at all those logs to kill. Well, I think the dwarven elven friendship is at an all-time low, but that's quite intentional. Okay, so let's check back with our intelligence. So we have, I don't know, Tholtic has found so far not a scrap of an evidence for what has happened to the artifact, which is a real shame. So, a huge storage area is being created here. I am unwilling right now to filter it. We're just gonna slam all the ores in this hole for now. For me, that's fine. We might be tailoring something nice later down the road for this hole, just like that one. But at this point, I want some functional aesthetics, you know? And functional, these pillars are not exactly functional. They are fancy, they're fluffy, but you don't really need them. Oh, whoopsie. There we go. So here again, we need to kill them trees, and we need to put up the flooring here, but then we have the ground level of the fort down. I'm really, really happy. And I only need to build those walls a little bit higher and such, and we also will be finally capable of sealing off this place if necessary. This is always giving me a nice feeling of safety. Okay, so early autumn, and we need to build a fresh trade depot. Just noticed that. We didn't so far. So, let's go. Yeah. Their wagons have bypassed your inaccessible site. So, either... I don't know if the bridges are the problem. Let's try that. Or it was because we don't have a trade depot yet, but... this does sound more like they have an issue reaching this place. Not quite sure anymore if wagons can cross bridges or not. Well, let's wait until that trade depot is finally constructed. Takes a while for them to haul those granite blocks over, which is quite ironic because we have so many granite blocks just available here that one might wonder what the hell they are waiting for or what their problem actually is. Yay, more named items, but there's only one more block left, and luckily the traders have a lot of patience. Clear glass block. Are you kidding me? Wow, it's an especially fancy trade post then. So they're clearing up the site around, and then finally have that going. Okay, so we need to move our gem bins over there again, as this is still our major export item. I mean, we will eventually see better stuff to export, but not for now, especially not if they are not coming with wagons like I expected them to. I really wonder what has happened to the excess there. Okay, that's enough. 3 gem bins of ores should include enough gemstone. But I am overall quite weirded out by the time that diplomacy takes to happen, and what is happening here? Where is the outpost liaison? So, let's see. He's attending a meeting. So, well, I can't really tell. He's related with the peoples here. Okay. So diplomacy. I want the metal bars, the same that I ordered the last time. So we want iron, we want tin. Yeah, that's that. Let's hope that the traders will arrive at some point. But they don't come with wagons like they should. So we're going to deconstruct the bridges, as I see these as the first culprits. Maybe it should be accessible from this side. Well, let's widen that thing a little bit. Maybe this is not wide enough. Maybe the trees are the problem, but either way, we are not seeing today the arrival of too many metal bars. Which is quite frankly sad. A shame. It would be really, really awesome if it would be otherwise, but well. Let's see. We were able to get ourselves a really, really meager amount of items here. Luckily, our friends brought a couple of extra weapons. That's 3 weapons. That bronze spear, well, whatever. We're going to pay up. We are rich enough to pay that. So, plump helmets, leaves, different swords. We buy those berries, but sadly they were only bringing some spears. I ordered those now that I think more closely about it. So yeah, but our traders are kind of like numbnuts right now. The novice appraiser is truly showing off. So we're getting the trade down though. So we're going to give some presents back as we're finally driving hard enough that we can just say, here, take a couple of these as a present, offer them to the queen, and off we go. So that was quite a shame, quite sad, I must say. So we're going to expand our flooring like this. I mean, probably the forest is actually the issue. Probably we need to carve a road into the forest. I don't know. We'll see about that next episode. Thank you so much for watching, dear friends. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you will have a good time with that one. Leave me your comments down below. Consider subscribing. Leave a thumbs up. And down in the description box, you have a lot of links to the Dwarf Fortress goodness that I provide. And feel free to check them out. And of course, please feel free to check out Patreon, PayPal, or Buy Me a Coffee. I'd be delighted if you give them a look, as these are the best ways and means to support this channel. I thank all the supporters, and I thank especially you just right now watching this video, and I hope you had a good time. See you guys next time, and bye-bye.